Well, hello racing fans, and welcome to our Gallop TV preview show for Thursday, the 8th of August. We race at the Vaal, and what's on offer at the Vaal? Well, it's 8 races that's on the go. 12:30 will be the start of race number 1. The big one, the pick 6, is at 13:40. So, Alistair Cohen on the line, and this race meeting on Thursday. Firstly, Alistair, how are you doing?
Yeah, D's all good. Life is good. I've come to early morning work at track with Candace, so I'd say that I'm in the zone. I probably need to be in the zone with this card. This 8-race card is not the easiest I've ever seen. It's obviously the dawn of a long weekend, so looking forward to seeing what comes our way. But yeah, you found me very well, D's. Always a pleasure to chat to you.
Yeah, and we're talking about a long weekend. Well, hopefully we can get things off with a bang on a Thursday. 12:30 race number 1 will form part of the exotics. It'll be leg 1 of the bipod at the time of recording. This is how it looks. Number 2, King of Numbers, is a scratch. Horse number 4, Scarlet, is a scratch. Number 6, Raul Pindi, is a scratch. So 2, 4, and 6 are all scratchings there. So we'll have a field of 7 runners that go to post. And the betting, 1 at 5 to 10 and 3 at 14 to 10. And guess what? They both from the Fabian Habib stable. Is it the Fabian Habib show to kick things off, Alistair?
It should be, D's. There's just no form on offer from the others. You could probably make a case for Under the Rainbow potentially getting into the top 4, but that's mainly because the field's cut up rather than having any type of substantial form to get too excited about. I don't know if I've ever seen this in my life. A jockey carded plus 5.5 overweight, Chamo Mabaya, riding plus 5.5 on number 7, Pursuit of Fame. Anyway, not that I'm making a case for him. Let me just get the first bit of housekeeping out the way. The track is configured that high number draws will probably be advantageous. The last race meeting that we saw at the Vaal, it was open gates and it favoured the inside, but the outside draw set at 0. I don't think that's going to have much of a bearing in race number 1 on the card. I think Fabian Habib will win. Which one? I'm going to go with the more regular stable jockey, Tapiso Matsuele, on number 3, Captain Jim, to turn around number 1, Captain Efficients. Captain Efficients last couple of runs have brought about some improvement, but they were in Kaberga, obviously last time at the Vaal Classic track, beaten by the Navy Lock. That was a long time maiden. So I think number 3, Captain Jim, might have the edge this time around, but take the box exacta, get started that way.
Okay, the box exacta, we're hoping for a form result. There are work riders being declared here. For number 9, it's Uesta, and number 10, it's Bessal. So, Alistair Cohen hoping for a form result. It will be the box exacta that will be most popular, but I think the way to make a decent return on your investment is to fancy one over the other from the Fabian Habib yard and play it straight line. And race number 2 will start off the place accumulator. It's at 13:05 over 1,200 meters. And let's have a look at the field. Number 1 at 7 to 2, 2 Blinkers and Tongue Tie on at 33 to 10, 3 at 33 to 10, 5 is a 3 to 1 shot, 6 a blinker strike at 7 to 2, and 8 runners go to post. No scratching here, Alistair. Start of the place accumulator, what you doing? How many horses here?
Interesting, D. The bookmakers take no chances with that market. I expect it to be a little bit more favoured from that point of view, but obviously with 8 runners and being able to probably draw a line through about half the runners, hence the market reading like it does. To answer your question, the place accumulator, I think probably 2, maybe 3 horses will suffice, but the horse I'm leaning towards is definitely number 5, Cartagena, under Raymond Danielson for Heather Adamson. The pedigree wouldn't scream 1,200 metres, being by Skid Skizzle out of a Dynasty mare, but I thought her best run came over this distance at the classic track, finishing 3 1/4 lengths behind She's a Bomber. If you go back to the run on the 25th of July, she finished 2.5 lengths behind Perini Palace, well in front of Paradise Flower. I don't think we can make a case for, but Cartagena's got a very valuable swing at the weight. She's got the next kilos to carry. So I'd anticipate that the form will turn around here in favour of number 5, Cartagena, and I'm going to lead with her as my top selection here. And I found her relatively unexposed compared to the others. who have all had double figures in terms of efforts in the maiden ranks, bar Radiant Heat, who would be my second choice just because she's got to be a lot better than her last run suggests behind Boston Glory. There have been a few winners out of that form line. I think overall it's probably a below average form line, but it doesn't need to be all that good to shape up in this type of affair. And then I'm probably going to lean towards number 3, Someday Maybe, as an alternative, probably a bar pot selection more than a PA selection. Someday Maybe finished in front of Bilingual last time on the work riders behind Kylie's Angel. There's not much confidence we can glean from that type of run, but she would be my third choice. So 5 from 1 for me in the PA.
Okay, you heard it from Alistair, and somebody is going to get it right. He also mentioned, you can see the length of time these horses are taking to break the duck, and hopefully it's number 5 for the show, Cartagena. That's from the Heather Adamson stable, and Raymond Danielson. That could be the place accumulator banker to get things off in what looks to be a very tough race to go confidence with, but nice that Alistair's given us some with that place accumulator banker. Pick 6 starts in race number 3, 13, 40, 20 to 2, 1700 meters, a low division merit rated 72 handicap, which is an E division class. Number 1, Iger Sanction, is at 6 to 1. 2, Zumbamba at 5 to 2. Then we got number 5, a form update race on the first day of the new season, ran second behind Ideal Future, 18 to 10. Number 6, Full Go, 28 to 10. And horse number 7 at 5 to 1. Yeah, the 1st of August, what's the date, Alistair? 8th of August, so it's a week apart. That shouldn't be an issue if you are looking at a horse that is fitness-wise, I'd like to say, it may have an edge here.
But the issue here, Dees, is that Flag Bearer goes back to 1,700 metres, a distance that he's run over once. He's just a better horse over a little bit further than this. And also on the run to Full Go just a week earlier, so this will be his 3rd start in 2 weeks. On the run to Full Go, Flag Bearer's got it all to do to finish in front to Full Go and Zoom Bomber. So I think the market is not a fair reflection of the chances. I think they've been priced up on Flag Bearer's good run a week ago over a distance that suits him better. I like numbers 1 and 2, and then number 6 probably as a safety net, but I'm definitely in the camp of number 2, Zoom Bomber. Cornet Spies finished last season with a bang. Marco van Rensburg takes a ride. On the last run to Full Go, he's waited to turn that form around. There was, let's call it, half a length between them. Full Go's got a lot of extra pudding to carry, whereas Zoom Bomber's only got a little bit of extra pudding to carry. Winning doesn't come easy for the son of Lancaster Bomber. That is obviously a worry. But just on the pure mathematics of it all, number 2, Zoom Bomber, does stand out for me, and I'll make him the horse to beat. Iger Sanction could be anything in this race, and that he is only 2 of 5 horses that don't come out of that form line, so we don't really know where he fits in. He does carry top weights, and much like Spies, St. John Grey's also having a wonderful run of things with the grass turning a different colour on the half-out with Muzieni riding a lot of those winners. I thought his last run in a competitive race was fair behind Laughing William, but there's every chance now with a rating drop again that number 1, Iger Sanction, could be in the right place. So I'll narrow it down to those 2 from a PA and bar pot perspective, and then include number 6, Full Go, into the pick 6. I am leaving out the favourite, Flag Bearer.
Well, that is it. You heard it from Alistair at the top of the show. It seems to be a skewed market. Well, the fixed odds betting is always a guide, and you use that. They usually get it, or should I say the majority of the time they get it right. But in this case, I think Alistair could be spot on here, that they have priced the favorite up as Flag Bearer, but it looks to be, it should be the other way around with numbers 2 and 6. So let's see what happens here in race number 3. But those 3 runners should dominate in race number 3, the start of the pick 6. Race number 4, Jackpot 1, 1700 meters, merit rated 72 handicap. And this is the way they are betting. Number 1 at 8 to 1. Horse number 4 at 4 to 1. 5 is a scratching. 6 at 5 to 2. 7 is 7 to 1. 8 is as 8 to 1 shot. The favorite is, the second favorite behind Apache Sun is number 9 at 7 to 2. And then it's a small field now of 9 runners that go to post. I think, can we just begin with your horse, Alistair, who has given you guys, the Cohen family, so much joy?
He's likely to need this run again. He suffered a spider bout after his penultimate start, hence he was off for a few months. Came back, needed that last run badly. He's going to need this one. If he earned a stake check, we'd be over the moon, but that would be unlikely. But going forward from here, hoping third run after the rest, we see a bit of life whenever that might be. So, yeah, expect improvement. If it was 9.5 lengths behind last time, hoping for it to be 5 lengths behind this time and then build from there.
Well, I think your key is, and we always remember this, is that once you have a different jockey that hasn't won on him, that's the day we'll follow him. Number 2, Banner Bridge. Raymond Danielson has won on him before. Okay, you've given us your comments on your runner. Thanks for that. The balance of the field?
I quite like the race. There are 2 horses here that I've been for quite a couple of times of late. The Jackpot 1 is my suggested bet because I just find that a little bit more, I'm a bit more easy about the Jackpot 1 than I am with the Pick 6 and Place Accumulator just because of those maiden handicaps that start the card. So I've gone 4 and 9 in my Jackpot here, Celtic Rush and Blackberry Breeze. I've left out the favourite number 6, Apache Sun, which might be foolish, but if you can afford, include number 6, Apache Sun. But Celtic Rush has had no luck with draws at his last few starts. Again, last time with a kind of draw, he still was trapped out deep, didn't have the easiest of passages through, and tried his heart out, finishing 2.5 lengths behind Laughing William. We'll get a clue a race earlier if Iger Sanction runs well in the third race on the card, then that'll enhance the chances of number 4, Celtic Rush. I think with an even better draw this time, he won't be covering as much ground as he has at his last few starts. He's a trier, he's a lovable horse, he gives of his best, and number 4, Celtic Rush would be a deserving winner when he does get the job done. I think this is his best chance in a while. And then number 9, Blackberry Breeze. It's his 4th run after a rest. I expected a little bit more from him last time, but I'd venture to say that he was caught out by the Turfentine inside track. He's such a big, lovely, striding son of the Silvano, and I think coming to a galloping course of the Vaal now, you might see what's expected from him. His ratings come down another 2 pounds, which I think is justified, and I think with 55.5 kilos up on his back, he's the horse that I'm going to lead with as my top selection. He's probably a little bit of an underachiever, being a one-time winner, beating Marauding Horde, but Marauding Horde is now rated approximately 100. Obviously, Marauding Horde kicked on Blackberry Breeze, didn't exactly do that. But I think this could be the right time and place now for number 9, Blackberry Breeze. So whatever he's done since his break, this will be a better run, and he'll go very close. So 4 and 9, the 2 horses that I'm leading with, but I do have respect for number 6, Apache Sun. If you can afford it, include him. He deserves to be right there because I think he's pretty much untapped and unexposed.
Okay, the favorite is going to be the cover horse for numbers 4 and 9 for Alistair in race number 4, which is the start of Jackpot 1. Jackpot 2 will be race number 5. It's 1,800 meters. It's a fillies and mares 63 handicap. And we'll bring up the field and have a look at things. Number 1 is at 7 to 2, 2 at 4 to 1, 3 is a scratching, 4 at 5 to 1, 5 at 33 to 10. 6 is at 4 to 1, and 7 the mover from an informed stable of Joe Soma with Nirvan Nesteli claiming the 4 kgs is trading at 5 to 1. So you've managed to narrow things down in the previous race, which is a big help, but I doubt you're going to do the same in this race, Alistair.
No, there's no narrowing down. I'm glad that you finished off there with the mover because I'm busy looking at Nirvan Nastili, and he now claims 2.5. He rode his 20th winner at Fairview on Tuesday, so that's some news for you to work with. And the mover's a chance. I'm not going to go down the trenches with this race, D's. It's a very tricky race. You'll castrate me for not going the field because I've left a couple out, but my jackpot numbers are 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So those are Free in Seattle, Linger No More, Kitty Boys Girl, Feeling Groovy, Leonessa, and Demover. My top choice, if she stays, is number 6, Leonessa, out of draw 1 under Samango Kamalo. I flagged her last time when she ran 3rd to Bushveld. I actually had a little bit on her. It was a fair run. I don't know how she's going to go over the extra furlong. That is a massive question mark. I think if she gets the trip like she's bred to do, then she could come out on top. But it's a very tricky race because I'll just talk the viewers in circles.
Well, Alistair, just leaving out one runner there, number 8, and the balance all get the vote here in race number 5. So we're on to the 6th race. It's the last pick 3 on the card. It's a fillies and mares 64 handicap, 1,400 meters the distance. And this race, number 3 is, no, let's begin with number 2 together again at 7 to 1. Number 3 at 28 to 10, 4 at 2 to 1, 5 is a 3 to 1 shot, 6 at 7 to 1, And then horse number 7 is trading at 8-1. I like the way Risky Business won last time out, and maybe, the right horse at the top of betting boards. And then, what did you make of that run from Dancing Dora last time out? I know that you liked the horse, Alistair. What happened?
Flat run. It was a weird race, Dees. I don't really have an answer, but I do like number 4, Risky Business. Yeah, I've gone with the 2 horses, 3 and 4 in my jackpot. I was a short head away from bankering number 4, Risky Business. She got home primarily because of a Muzieni ride that was out of the top draw. I'll acknowledge that, but she's on the back of a £2 penalty only, which is justified for winning by a short head in the company that she kept. But she's actually down in class from a fillies and mares. It's a marginal, but from a fillies and mares 66 down to a fillies and mares 64. So she could be well placed by St. John Grey. And what else rings in the back of my mind, not that anyone would complain about having Gavin Lorena on their horse, is that Muzieni, I'm pretty sure, would have had the option of riding Dancing Dora, and he's gone with number 4, Risky Business here. So that's another bit of food for thought. There's not much depth to this field yet again, and I think if Risky Business could win her last start the way that she did, although narrowly backing up off a £2 penalty, then she has every opportunity of winning and going back to back. 3, Dancing Dora, likely her biggest danger. How does she go down the straight though, Dancing Dora? That is the big question. She's probably just not quite as good down the Vaal straight. She's okay, but I think she's a little bit better around the turn. So that's just another reason to fancy number 4, Risky Business. But I've got both them and my +6 Memorial Day gets into some sort of conversation without being too bullish about her. 5, Mix the Magic, a winner at her last start, beating Dancing Dora, funny enough, but now we got Mix the Magic going over an extra furlong where she just tends to battle a little bit. So that's my motivation for going the 2 horses that I have.
Yep, it is the 5-time winner Dancing Dora versus number 4 Risky Business that Alistair Cohen is leaning towards. And I think that could be a nice way to minimize the spend here in race number 6, because once we get to race number 7, I've just written one thing in my book. I'm actually going to lift it up and possibly show the camera. Race 7, 1,200 meters. Number 2 at 4-1. Horse number 3 at 6-1. 5 is at 7-2. I've taken down the betting for number 6, Spirited Girl, because how much improvement to come, your guess is as good as mine, but I must be honest, it wouldn't surprise me to see her go back to back. 7 at 5-1, and then it is double figures the balance. Our producer is Ryan. I just want him to come back to screen, because I said I want to see, maybe the guys can see what I've written here. This is what I've written. If you can see it on the top and the bottom, it's HELP. Help, Alistair. That's what I say in this race. This race is going to determine, whether I'm going to play this jackpot hard or not, because otherwise it's just going to be too expensive if you're going to go wide. But it's impossible to try and narrow things down. I think we'd rather go for a smaller percentage.
I think that's exactly the way to go. I mean, again, against your rule, I've got 7 of the 10 horses in my jackpot, and you're just going to say, right, take the easy way out and go field. There's no way that you can put a pen through any of these horses, and there's no way you can be overly confident about any of these horses. My numbers here, just for what it's worth, are 2 Purple Ninja Turtle, 3 Second Breath, 5 Munchkin. I've left out number 6 Spirited Girl. How's that? 7 Vegas High Rise. Number 8 on the card I've got in Lulu's Boy, 9 Houston, and 10 Warm Winter Night. This is my reason why. Purple Ninja Turtle coming back from a long break last time, good winner over Longsword, showed a lot of guts to beat the red hot favourite, drawn towards the outside, same jockey on board, number 2 Purple Ninja Turtle, got a chance. 3 Second Breath, banging on the door, last chance behind Call Me When You Need Me against Stronger, was full of merit, obviously has a lot more weight to carry this time, does number 3 Second Breath, but good to see her back in some sort of form. 5 Munchkin would be a very strong first selection if he was drawn towards the outside. He's very close to being in the brass category, but Raymond Danielson takes her out for Lucky Hudalog, because Lucky is deadly at the Vaal. 7 Vegas High Rise, this is a horse that's just come good of late. He was desperately unlucky last time out behind Purple Ninja Turtle. In fact, I'd go so far as to say, if he didn't run into trouble, he finishes right next to Purple Ninja Turtle and Longsword. He's underappreciated by the market. Kamalo's on board for an inform yard. Kamalo probably could have ridden number 8, Lulu's Boy. He's jumped ship, but Lulu's Boy is always dangerous at the Vaal. 9, Houston, back to the course and distance, which he won over. He's got blinkers on. His work continues to be absolutely excellent. His form is nowhere near that, but I've got him in. And then number 10, Warman tonight with Gavin Lorena on board, backing up from a last one over Capola. I must confess that I nearly never put in number 10, Warman tonight, but I've just put him in because the yard has come to form over the last couple of months.
Okay, you heard it from Alistair. He's giving you comments on all the runners there. 2, 4, 6, 7. I've jotted these numbers down. 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are going to be his play here. I think he is safe. The so-spirited girl is coming off a break. I hear that. But you'll be nervous if you have excluded horses, 1 or 2 horses in your bets. Race number 8, 1,200 meters, merit rated 76 handicap. Hopefully we can end things off with a bang because there's lots of value to be had here. I had a good look at this field as well. Number 1, Commander of All at 9-2. 2, Price Platinum at 8-1. Then we go on to number 3, After Hours, serious runner on that last start with Kamalo up, retaining the ride, and Samanga has won twice on the horse, 5-1. 2, Sudden Style will now be partnered by Raymond Danielson at 9-2. Number 7, Sail the Sky, is 8-1. New merit rating is a 65, having won on the 3rd of August, and now will carry 59.5 kgs. Number 10, Samoa. What a dream she's been for the stable. She's having a 94th start. She owes them nothing, but as a 10-year-old, well, she seems to be loving the competition of racing. 5-1. And then horse number 11, Dark Tide, is at 6-1. I'm going to give you 2 horses I like, Alistair, and maybe you can possibly choose one of the 2, or maybe they're not even part of your play. Number 3, After Hours, and number 11, Dark Tide. That's going to be my play for the pick 6.
I've washed my hands with number 11, Dark Tide. I've been for him too often. So no more Dark Tide for me. 3, After Hours, I think, is a natural top selection here. D's. Samanga's on board for St. John Gray. Last run to Rocco Bismantova was good. He loves this time of year, does After Hours. He does mix his form from time to time and drop his bundle every so often. But if he feels all right, number 3, After Hours, is definitely in the play. The catch with After Hours, and it's exactly the same catch with number 5, Southern Style. They've got absolutely no running. You've got to sit, you've got to smuts, you've got to wait, and when the time is right, wait even longer until you push the button with After Hours and Southern Style, because they don't have a sustaining burst whatsoever. So After Hours, yeah, definitely in my play, but I think I found a little bit of value. I'm going to have an each-way play here because, again, much like some of the legs of the jackpot and the pick 6, the only way to feel safe here is to go field. But number 6, Prince of Denmark, for me is an each-way play. Musieni on board for Paul Matchett. 3rd run after arrest, 3rd run in Joburg. Rating is plummeted. I think he probably just needed his 1st run in Joburg. His 2nd run wasn't all that bad behind Pendragon. His PE form is obviously quite moderate, but he's got blinkers on for the first time, the son of Duke of Marmalade. He's drawn towards the outside, and I wouldn't have the rent money on him. I wouldn't even have a 7 out of 10 level bet on number 6, Prince of Denmark. I'd be very tentative, and by this stage of the day, you'll know how your day is going. But if it has somehow gone well, number 6, Prince of Denmark can make it better. And if you do have a few coins left on the pocket, if it hasn't been a good day, 6, Prince of Denmark, I think, can just put an extra slice of bread on the table.
Yeah, and I think keep an eye on Risky Business, who Alistair likes in race number 6. If that has to come out to win again, then number 5, Sudden Style, I'm sure will gather some betting support from 9-2 at the time of recording. So it's a tricky card. Alistair's gone wide in some of the legs. In the other legs, he's suggested, to possibly narrow it down to 2 to 3 runners. But his suggested bet for the show is coming up on screen. And I'm looking at it now, Alistair. It's Jackpot 1 that will begin in race number 4. You want to take it away?
Thanks, Steve. So, yeah, my suggested bet of jackpot number 1, bit of an alternative selection. 2:15 is when the jackpot gets underway. It'll cost 168 Rand. So 4-9 on the first leg, Celtic Rush and Blackberry Breeze with number 6, Apache Sun as potential backup. Got plenty horses in the second leg. 1 Free in Seattle, 2 Linger No More, 4 Kitty Boys Girl, 5 Feeling Groovy, 6 Leonessa, and 7 Damuva. By 3 and 4, Dancing Dora and Risky Business. If you're brave, maybe you could bank in number 4, Risky Business. And the final leg got 7 horses horses, 2 Purple Ninja Turtle, 3 Second Breath, 5 Munchkin, 7 Vegas High Rise, 8 Lulu's Boy, 9 Houston, and 10 Warm Winter Night. Hopefully that all clicks.
Yeah, apologies about the to and fro every now and again with the signal, but that is what technology does for you when you're not in the right spot. But thanks for your time, and hopefully things fall into place.
Shot D's, as always, great pleasure, and we'll catch up again soon.
Thanks to Alistair Cohen, thanks to the entire team at Gallop TV, and for Alistair Cohen, myself, D's99, to you, the valued racing fan. Well, it looks to be a card. You know, when these cards look the way that Alistair has analyzed it, that's the time you want to try and catch the exotic, because if you analyze it and it looks impossible, it looks very tough, it looks like it's a percentage play, you rather not sit down, relax, and take a break from racing. That's the day you want to get involved, because if you get a percentage of the pool, it's usually a sizable pool to catch. Until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gashle.